Can being fit and enjoying life truly coexist? Or more specifically, can we enjoy going to a restaurant while still being healthy? In this video, we'll explore how 4 simple habits borrowed from the Mediterranean culture will make your life easy and enjoyable when dining at a restaurant, enjoying your social life. Hey, I'm Dr. Anna. I'm a medical doctor. I was trained in Italy, and on this channel, you're gonna learn how to master your health with the Mediterranean diet. So to break down the answer to this question, we need to drive a key concept home. And our key word here is sustainability. Now, going to a restaurant and enjoying a social life, eating out, is just part of life. We cannot stay at home like hermits just because we're trying to dedicate ourselves to our health. It wouldn't last if we did it that way. So instead of following an overly strict regimen for a short period of time, I always think that it's so much better to adopt healthy lifestyle patterns that fit into the rest of your life so that they can last for your whole life long. And truthfully, no one does this better than the people living along the coast of the Mediterranean Sea. They eat together, celebrate with food together, and at the same time, stay fit and healthy. So here's the first habit that you can adopt to your own life to stay fit and healthy when eating out, and that is to eat slowly and stop when you're full. Now, eating slowly is a crucial aspect of enhancing our digestive process. Digestion really starts in our brain. And what happens is when we're in front of food and we start smelling the food and seeing the food, our brain is already sending signals down to our stomach to get some enzymatic juices flowing and to stimulate certain hormones that are going to aid in this process. So believe it or not, the moment that you enter a restaurant is when your digestion is really starting. Now, once that food enters into your body, that is when all the chemistry is really happening. So we want to allow enough time for all of the breakdown to occur so that we're extracting all of the nutrition into our bloodstream and into our cells. Now, if that sounds really technical, on a more practical note, slowing down our chewing is just going to make everything taste so much better. And you can forget all of this if you're eating too quickly. Additionally, think about the cuisines of the Mediterranean region. I'm talking about Spanish, Southern French, Italian, Greek, Turkish, Tunisian, you name it. All of these cultures have food that is so flavorful and it's very dynamic and balanced with herbs, spices, aromatic oils, and none of that can be truly enjoyed if all the food is rushed and scarfed down in just a few minutes. On the contrary, these cultures are famous for having these long, slow meals that are often social. So the two things really go hand in hand. So now you can appreciate why the Mediterranean diet is all about flavorful food. And also, following this advice, you're going to feel when you're full so much better. One of the issues we have in our modern society is that we live so fast-paced that we rush through the eating process. And if we do that, we can't really feel when we're full. And obviously, if we can't feel when we're full, it is so much easier to overeat. And then before we know it, we've overdone it. So slowing down is ultimately going to help you regulate your calorie intake without needing to do any math. All right, what's our second habit to follow that we can adopt from the Mediterranean cultures? Well, it's to drink plenty of water and to limit alcohol intake. Now, I know some of you are listening to this and thinking, wait a second, I thought the Mediterranean diet is famous for including things like wine. Well, that is true, but the key point is in moderation. Now, given that I'm a doctor, I would never argue that alcohol is nutritious or an essential part of your diet. But as a human being, I recognize that alcohol can be part of our lives and it is often part of celebrations. In the Mediterranean cultures, a toast is rarely refused. So if you are going to have alcohol, try to have it in a moderate amount, 1 glass, maybe 2 maximum, and always with food. A way that'll make it easier for you to moderate your alcohol intake is to make sure you're also drinking water. Now, keep it in mind, we tend to forget that alcohol does bring with it calories. In fact, it has more calories than carbohydrates or proteins. So what that looks like is we're taking in calories that are not giving our body nutrition, and we can consider these empty calories. That can quickly add up if you're not drinking in moderation. Now, water, on the other hand, helps us feel fuller, aids digestion, and is absolutely essential for our bodies. We depend on it. My third habit to adopt from the Mediterranean cultures that will help you in a restaurant setting is to share your dessert. Now, just like alcohol, dessert tends to be part of life, especially when we're celebrating. So if it's a birthday, an anniversary, a graduation, a birth, or even a death, often dessert is included. One of the easiest things that you can do to limit your sweets intake in your intake of added sugar is to just share in the dessert. You can enjoy a few bites, but then you're not pressured to eat the entire thing yourself. Plus, this can make sharing and celebrations even sweeter. Now, what's the fourth habit to adopt from the Mediterranean cultures when eating at a restaurant? Well, it's to know what menu items are healthiest for you. Now, this is knowledge that I think is absolutely crucial for you to understand, and I break it down in this video over here where I talk about 4 essential principles to understand about how to choose Mediterranean diet friendly menu items to stay healthy and fit. Go ahead, check out that video, and I'll see you over there.